impression of your professional and academic credentials. So it's important to structure it in a way that best showcases your accomplishment and experience. This session will be presented by me, Dina, Ritish Watts, the founder of Watts Group, and my teammate Hassan Al-Shehri. So at the beginning, I would like to start our session with the difference between CV and resume. A resume is 1 to 2 page document presenting key facts about your professional experience, educational background, and skills, while CV is a longer document that details the whole course of your career. A resume is used for job search, while a CV is for academic purposes. So, Mr. Ritish, can you tell us what is the purpose of a resume?
Yes, Dina. First of all, great welcome to everyone who's watching our show today. And it is a great pleasure to talk about resume and CV writing because that's something which every professional or even the freshers want the most, right? So a resume is definitely a one paper or one document that gives the representation to the interviewer before you actually go for interview. So this is definitely all about your credentials and your achievements till date, so as you can be selected for the jobs. So this should be amazing to my understanding.
Thank you. That's a good point. Now we would like to talk about how to make a perfect CV. So the key to a perfect CV is helping you stand out. You need to present yourself well, but you also need to ensure the experience you are communicating is relevant to the job. So look at the job description and make sure that it's clear why you will be able to deliver in that role. Mr. Ritish, can you tell us how to stand out by including accomplishments?
All right. Accomplishments should be mentioned on the top always because that gives a crux about your work personality. I mean, how you perform at the work and what accomplishments you have achieved. And sometimes people ask me that if we haven't have any work experience, so what kind of accomplishments should we write on our CV? So I always say any kind of volunteer work, any kind of projects you have taken during your course or during your internships, you should definitely mention these on top. That gives a fair idea to the interviewer about your work personality.
Great. Getting back to how to make a perfect CV, be accurate. The recruiters will judge you on mistakes, either in structure or in spelling or punctuation. So use autocorrect, but also get other people to check for errors. And we know it's hard to read your CV as if you are seeing it for the first time. So show it to someone you trust and ask for a feedback. And make sure it reflects you. The look and feel, making it professional is important. So Hassan, can you tell us the best things to put on a resume when you have no experience?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Hassan Ashiri and I'm an intern in the Watts Group. Okay, talking about the best things to put on a resume when you have no experience, I would say the key skills you have learned in school and other experiences, and your soft and hard skills, education and academic achievements, classic training and certifications, also personal academic projects relevant to the job. So coming to this, I would ask Mr. Ratish, should we put non-paid work experience on a resume? For example, like maybe the internship?
Definitely, as I would repeat it again, I would tell that definitely you should put your accomplishments and especially the unpaid work, let's say on internship or any kind of volunteer work, because that gives the interviewer a sense of your work personality. I mean, how much committed you are on your work, and especially when the times are when you are not paid for that work, how well you have performed that work. So this is simple to me. Like if I'm recruiting someone and I'm able to see that that person has done internship or that person has done a project that was unpaid, I would take that accomplishment as the foundation of how that person is going to perform. Because at that time he was not having any motivation, right? And if the person is having financial motivation and the career aspirations as well along with that opportunity, so he or she definitely gonna perform awesome. So as an in like would be employee or as a fresher or as a person who's looking for a job, you should mention your unpaid volunteer or internship work for sure, and with special highlights.
So Hassan, what is the importance of considering artificial intelligence to build the CV?
Well, that's a good question. So there are various kind formats we can use to build our resume, but the thing is we should consider the format that passes the artificial intelligence because most of the companies are recruiting from the software. So the technology plays important part regarding building our resume. So coming again with a question for Mr. Retish, how important or how powerful is the artificial intelligence?
Right. Okay. Artificial intelligence is definitely an important aspect when any organization is hiring throughout the world because they are getting tons of resumes, tons of CVs for them to assess and then finally find this candidate. So that all is being done by artificial intelligence these days. The CV, once that CV reaches to human resource manager, it definitely have passed the ATS softwares. ATS means application tracking softwares, and which almost every organization in the world, like the big organizations, the big corporates, uses these days. So if your resume is not that competent to pass those softwares, I bet that your CV or your resume is not reaching out to the recruiter, and you're just waiting for an update to hear back on your application. That's what is happening with most of the students. They said that I apply to hundreds of jobs and I'm not hearing back from them, right? So because the tracking system, the ATS softwares are not letting them in. So for you, for any candidate to be successful in your job applications, you make sure that your CV is at par to the latest technology and trends, and that is able to pass the artificial intelligence check.
Okay, so now let's move to CV do's and don'ts. Keep it concise with keywords and bullet points, and only include relevant and valuable information. Put your most recent experience at the top. Hassan, would you like to add something?
Of course, I would say keep it neat and well formatted. It will be more appealing to recruiter and should hopefully encourage them to continue reading. Also use a professional font style and size, like Thomas Times, Norman, and stick it with a font size of 12.
Okay, great. Now let's move to the don'ts. Don't include too much irrelevant information. Keep your CV relevant to the job you are applying for. Don't forget to update your contact details. This is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. Don't add too many colors and distractions. As Hassan said before, your CV needs to look neat and well formatted, or the recruiter will avoid it. Don't make your CV longer than 2 pages. The more concise, the better. Although these rules apply to most, if not all, the countries, it's important to check what is expected in the country you are in or plan on moving to. So different countries have different rules and expectations, and it's important to familiarize yourself with these to increase your chances of employment in your dream destinations. So Mr. Ritish, would you like to add something about the different formats and how do they vary from country to country?
That's absolutely right when you said that it should be as concise as possible and it should not have much of colors. It should be appealing to eye and as well as it should be easy to read out, right? And talking about the different formats, I would say that world today is kind of a global village. I mean, we all are connected in one sense, as when any organization is recruiting, they are having a set standards for themselves, right? So, of course, it varies from country to country. For instance, if I talk about Canada or if I talk about Saudi Arabia or India, the formats would be different. But the crux, the core of that CV is to get your credentials being communicated to the recruiter in a very easy and professional manner, right? So the format should be always in the sense that it justifies your credentials and accomplishments in the first paragraph, and then you talk about your education credentials. And same goes for the experienced persons. So they can include their experiences before they actually speak about their education credentials. And for giving a reference to what are the differences in formats of different countries, I'll give an example. Like in Canada, probably almost every organization is recruiting through ATS softwares. But if I talk about India, there are still many offices or organizations that take the resumes manually. So here goes the difference. When you're applying for a job in Canada, it should be formatted in a way that it should pass the ATS. But if I'm saying about India, it should be nicely cleaned and with a like slightly bigger font size so that it's easy to read by the native eye because it goes to the table of the recruiter. So there's a slight difference, but the core of CVs goes the same.
Okay, thank you. So now we will talk about the CV Maker service.
So I would say the CV Maker service is an amazing service. So What's Group CV Maker is a platform to make your CV by yourself with the power of artificial intelligence technology. This service helps students, graduates, and professionals. So why CV Maker? Built by professionals from the perspective of employees and ATS software, career-oriented, reflect your skills, and pave a way towards your career goals. 100% satisfaction benchmark with our CV writing service. Done with View program, our professional will have one-on-one interaction with you. Efficient and easy to use, simple categorized tips to build your own CV. So, Mr. Ratish, would you take it from here and explain more in details about the CV Maker service?
Sure. That'd be great if I would be able to speak on how a person can take benefits from the service. CV Maker definitely is a service that everyone who is aspiring to apply for jobs should use for once in their life, right? And it's absolutely free for the persons for individual use. You can get your CV built by at definitely zero cost, right? I'll try to explain how that platform is being used. Let me try if I can share my screen and give a fair idea. Okay, if my screen is visible?
No.
Not yet.
Let me try it. Is it visible now?
No.
I guess it's visible now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this goes well. Okay, so this is the CV Maker platform which we have for everyone who wants to apply for the job. So it simply says the real job of a CV is to get you the job. So as long as you're able to get a job interview from your CV, that means your CV is successful. So you can go to the website as it's been scrolled on the screen also, so cv.votsg.com. Simply there, you have to go on this part that try our CV Maker platform. And once you click over here, you get the up to the dashboard where you can get to log in. You should have a username and password. You can sign up for free, or either you can log in with your Google account or otherwise with your Facebook as well. So once you get over there, you need to put your username and password, and dashboard would be available for you to use. Um, this is an admin account. That's why it would be showing some different things. Let's say on the left hand side we have my dashboard, we have sample library, we have the options like to create new resume. I'll show you in just 1 minute how easy it is to create a resume from this. You have to click on create new resume, give it a name. You can choose what kind of domain you're looking forward to apply. Let's say I'm applying in apparel and fashion, then you have to tell if you're experienced, fresher, or you're applying for internships. Let's say you are applying for entry-level jobs, and then you have the option to target your resume. That means that you can use artificial intelligence technology to write your resume, and you would be having some credits free of cost, like up to 5,000 to use, so as the artificial intelligence technology is writing the job duties for you. So you just have to click save, and I'll give it name exit test. Okay. So it will create kind of questionnaire to you. Then you have to put in all the details: your full name, your email address, your phone number, your website, your country. Then you have to put your experience. All those questions, once you fill up, at last you'll get to see that okay, you have a CV ready. So here I haven't put anything, but I just want to show the platform, the service of the platform, which is at the right hand side. If you are able to see this, here goes the AI keyword targeting. This is the main part of our services. When we talk about artificial intelligence, that means a software which is handling the job recruitment for, let's say, software developer. So what kind of duties you should have in your CV that matches that criteria, so as it is being passed by that ATS software. So you have to tell the job title that you're applying for software engineer, and then you have to write the job description which is mentioned by the organization. And then once you hit the save over here, your complete CV would be changed to match up to the AI target keywords for that particular job profile. So this is the best part of our technology, and this means like for every job you're applying, you need not to change your CV by yourself. You can simply log into your dashboard, put the job description you are applying for, just hit the save button, then your CV is automatically changed to match keywords for that particular job. And like by saying this, with this AI technology, you have 84% more chances to get along with that ATS software to pass on that level, so as your CV reaches to the final recruiter. So you can try out the service, and then there comes a explore my score. So there, like our AI technology gives you a score, like how it is, how much score your CV out of 100 has, like what's the probability of it being selected. And if I go, there is an option of sample library where you can get templates for almost every kind of domain. Let's say you want to apply for engineering jobs, you want to apply for sales jobs, you want to apply for legal jobs, you want to apply for education jobs. So say there are tons of templates almost for every domain. So as you need not to write from the scratch, you simply log in, choose your template, choose your credential, choose your category you are applying the jobs for, and it will take care of the content part. And being said that, it is very easy for the freshers and very convenient for the experienced ones, and worthy for both of them to get through the ATS softwares which are being used these days. Having said that, I would definitely say for everyone, you should make your account over there. The website is very simple, cv.wattsy.com, and the account is absolutely free. You need not to pay anything. You can simply log in and make your CVs, and unlimited CVs. There is a condition that you can download only 3, but you can make as much CVs as you want. Right? That's about the service. I think, Hassan, you can take it over.
Awesome. Now we can start talking about our experiences. I'll start with my experience with the CV Maker. And I would say this service is immensely useful. This CV Maker service is amazing. The platform is actually very efficient and easy to use, as you just saw. It's like categorized steps where you enter specific information for each step till you finish. Super simple, and I would totally recommend this to anyone who wants a more personally customized and professional CV.
Okay, so I'll talk about my experience. The service is so helpful and easy to use, and it helped me a lot, especially that I'm a fresh grad, and I would totally recommend it. And the artificial intelligence credit was so helpful.
Okay, I'm glad that you guys liked it. So just one question from my side to both of you. How easy it was for you to make your CV from the CV Maker? Was it complicated at any point?
It was
Not
super
at all.
easy.
It was super easy and efficient, yeah.
Okay. So for the fresh graduates, what would you say about the CV Maker? So shall they try making their first CV with this?
Yes, because it will help them a lot. and especially that there is the artificial intelligence credit. So yeah, I totally recommend it.
Okay. Have you used
Yeah, I
the
would say the
credits?
same thing.
Yeah, Hassan, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would say the same thing. It will increase your chances to be spotted by recruiters using those softwares.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. So this was all about the resume writing and CV writing. I hope we have touched almost every part, citing from what kind of format you should have, what are do's and don'ts, how you should write it. You should have an efficient, resume, because it should not be more than 2 pages. It should have almost everything about yourself, starting from credentials to achievements to your passion to your skills. And when you talk about the artificial intelligence, which is used by the recruiters, as a person who's looking for a job, you should also be going at par. So as your CV, passes that what I would say hurdle as well as the opportunity. Because once you cross that ATS softwares, there are 84% more chances that you get a job. So for that, you can use our services cv.whatc.com, and I'm glad that you guys use this service. Dina and Hassan and you did a great job in representing this service. So thank you to the audience. And if from the audience anyone has any question, so they can of course post a comment to this, and they can reach out to us through all the touch points to talk about our services. And we look forward to bring some more information in coming days on different aspects. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Dina. Thank you, Hassan. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.